Hello, I want to show you in this quick video how to get started on one of the two options for your op art project. So we've got in this video a little example of what we call radiating rays. And for this one, I've made a silhouette of a person. In this example, same kind of thing, only there's a silhouette of a cat. The rays on this one are done a little bit differently than what I'm going to show you, but if you're more interested in this style, just see me in class and I'll be glad to explain the difference. So I'm going to get started with this one. You can choose to hold your paper vertically or horizontally, whichever you decide, but for this example, I'm going to put it horizontally so that you can see the whole paper on my screen. So what we're going to do is just start by making a little bitty dot in the middle of the paper. And I'm going to make that dark so that you can see it, but I'd like you to make it light because you're going to need to erase that later. Then we're going to divide the space up into 20 different sections, starting with lines that start here in the middle and go out to the edge of the paper. I like to make these curved, and again, I'm going to make them dark so that you can see them, but I'd like you to make them light. So starting here, I'm going to kind of head over to the side. Let's see, I'll start with this side. So start here, and I'm going to try to make a curved line that goes to that side. Okay, that's one. Now we're going to make a curved line that goes to the other side. Next one. Next, so now we got 4 curved lines, one that goes to each side of the paper. Now we're going to start breaking it up a little bit. So I'm going to try to break up each section of these big sections into at least 3. So let's see. There's 1, 2, I misspoke, 3 lines, but 4 sections. Okay, so I'm going to go again, 3 lines making 4 sections. There's 1, 2, 3. So now if I've done this right, I've got 4 sections and 4 sections for a total of 12. Now I'm going to turn it again. 1, 2, 3 lines, 4 sections. And here, one more time. 1, 2, 3. 3 lines, 4 sections. So for this to work, you need an even number of sections. So I'm going to stick my eraser right there so I remember that section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's an even number. Now, if I had messed this up and there were actually 15 sections or 17 sections, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I would just add another line, giving me an additional section somewhere. So now that this is done, that's really the hard part for most students. Now you're going to think of the rays. And so we want these to be kind of rippling rays where we have this illusion that these are folds. So on this one, the purple folds are kind of coming up toward us, and the orange folds are folding up kind of back. So you can see how it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to start in any one of these sections, and I'm going to make a little ray. It's like a U almost. So that one goes up. Maybe you could think of it as a rainbow. So there's a rainbow. There's another rainbow, another rainbow, 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 rainbow. There's another one, okay? Some people also like to make little dots on here so they kind of measure it out with their pencil. You could do that too. So you could just estimate, make these dots about 1 inch apart. You could use a non-standard measure like the side of a ruler or a side of an eraser if you want to. You could use a ruler. Most kids don't like to measure that much, and it doesn't have to be exact. So I'm just kind of estimating like that. This will help you figure out where to put the little rainbows. You could use your finger. Lots of different ways to do this. Just remember that it doesn't have to be exact, and they shouldn't be too close together. Hope you can see those okay. All right, so we did our rainbows, and now in the next section, we're gonna do a smile. So we're gonna connect this end with our next little dot. So here's the end of this rainbow, and there's our smile. Rainbow, smile, rainbow, smile, rainbow, smile, rainbow, smile, rainbow, smile. Oops, whoa, there's one here. I'll have to use my imagination. There we go. All right, and then in our next section, we're gonna do the same thing, only instead of a smile, this time we're gonna go back to rainbows. I'm gonna connect the end with the other side dot. Now here is a little hint. The more of a curve that you get in these lines, the better the illusion is. If these lines start going flat, then your ray is also going to look flat. So you have to try really hard to make these really curve up, even though it seems hard and you're wondering like, ooh, how do I connect that? So just keep your eye on these points and then try to make a nice curve that connects them. Sometimes it helps to turn your paper different ways. So feel free to do that. You're gonna keep going until you go all the way around, alternating between the rainbows and the smiles, rainbow, smile, all the way around until you get to the end. Then you're going to think about what shape you want in the middle. So I just kind of sketched out a couple of things for examples. So here is a really simple bird. Here's a really simple fish. If you're not sure what to put in this part, then I would suggest going to Google image search and search up something that you really like and add the words line drawing to the search term. And then you'll get examples in Google image search of really simple line drawings that you can add. I was just thinking about toast. I'm really hungry. I think it would be fun to have one that was toast. So that would be a really basic shape. And then I'd try to make this. And now it's looking more like a cupcake, which makes me think that cupcake is also really fun. Whatever shape you decide to put in the middle, that's great. And then you're going to erase. So we want that shape in the middle to be white. Okay, there you go.